Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am Michelle Solis from This Must Be Ink. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Seekonk, Massachusetts. Welcome to my Friday night Stamp and Sip, where the weekend starts early. I don't always stamp and sip on a Friday night, but when I do it with you. So here we are. I am enjoying some Oliver. Oh no, it's not Oliver tonight. It's my wine from Cop Brewery called Flippin' Out. It has a dolphin on the label. Delicious. All right, well, take a sip of whatever you brought. And we are going to get started. This week, we're doing some gift card holders. I have one that is in a card and one that is a little standalone envelope for your gift card. So we're going to turn the camera down here. They moved the buttons around, so 1 second here. Nope, that's not it. That's it. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's get the camera down here. There we go. Okay, so these are the gift card holders that we're going to make. This one is a card. So it is, it opens up this way, and your gift card is going to go right in this little pocket right here. This one was made with the On the Go paper. I think this was called On the Go, which I wasn't a big fan of when I first received it, but I think it is actually really cute. Once I cut it up, I thought it was cute. Hi, Sharon. And then this is the other little gift card holder. This one is a little envelope, and you can close it with some twine or with a ribbon. This one's got a little gift tag on it, and it opens like this. So it's just a little envelope that has your gift card in there, just like that. So this would be perfect for, enclosing in a gift bag, or you could put this on the Christmas tree, however you like to gift cards. And so I just put some twine around this one. I doubled my twine and went through the hole. And then went through that loop. And then I just put one piece of twine in the front and one piece in the back. And I put my little tag on. Oops, I just ruined my twine. How did I do that? I just pulled one of the little strings from the twine and unraveled it. There we go. And then what I did was I just came around and tied a bow in the front. So that's how that one was done. I've got it all uneven now, but anyway, that's how we did that one. Okay, with the little twine in the front there. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do both of these. We're going to start with the card. And what you're going to need for the card is a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock. So tonight we're going to do this with Poppy Parade, and I'm using some designer series paper from the North Pole Delivery DSP. All right, so you're going to need a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock, and then you're going to need a piece of designer series paper that's 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. You'll need another piece that's 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then for your inside little mat, that's going to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/4 as well. And then you need whatever you're going to decorate the front with. And we're going to use, I've cut out a circle here with my Stylish Shapes circle. I think that's the largest one. It might be the second to largest one. And then I've got some little cutouts from that North Pole paper that we're going to use there. Okay, so this is super easy. Let me show you how to do it. So you'll take your 4 1/4 by 11 piece of paper, and we're going to score that like you typically would at 5 1/2. And make sure you score, get your cutting blade out of the way, just score that. And we're going to fold that and just make sure that that's well folded and even. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to open that, and we're going to cut a slit here to make that, that little gift card pocket. So you're going to go at 1 1/4. So I'm going to go on this side of my cutter. There's measurements on the right-hand side here. I'm going to go to 1 1/4. And I'm going to bring my blade up to the top. My scoring blade's fallen out. Okay. Bring my blade up to the top. And then I'm going to come down. I can see where my score line is here. I want my blade to stop right at that score line. So you can see through your trimmer channel. You're going to come down. There's a little line where your blade is. This is going to indicate where your blade is. And you're going to line that line up right with that scoring line there. And you should get this little piece. So you've got these 2 flaps now. Okay. And that's all you have to do. So now all we've got to do is decorate. So on the inside, we're going to put our piece of, this is very vanilla to match this paper. This was 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go inside. If you're going to stamp on this, you'll want to do that before you glue it. So I'm going to just glue that in. Right there. And that's going to have a little bit of a border around all sides. You want to keep your flap down so that you make sure that you don't cover up your flap with your little sentiment piece here. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little piece of Designer Series paper on that. Instead of stamping a sentiment, because it's a small area, I'm going to want to write on there. And I'm going to just put a little piece of Designer Series paper at the bottom to give a little bit of interest. Okay, there we go. Then to create your pocket, you're going to put some glue. Hi, Maria. You're going to put some glue on this little flap here. Now you want to have a pocket. So you want to make sure that you're just putting glue on the edge and the bottom of this piece. So we're going to just get some glue right here, right? Because that's going to be the bottom. And then down the edge here. And then you're just going to glue that down, hopefully straight. I could have told you that was going to leak out of the bottom there. You got a little too close to the edge with the glue. There we go. All right, so that's going to create our little pocket. And now we're just going to decorate the front. So this little piece is 1 inch by 5 1/4. So this is going to fit on your panel there. And again, that should have even border all the way around. This paper is just so cute. I love anything that's got little envelopes or packages on there. And of course, they combined this with all these cute little animals for this North Pole paper and just couldn't be cuter. Okay, so then my 2 3/4 by 5 1/4 piece is going to fit on the front panel here. Oh, did you see that? I wiped it right off. Oh my goodness. I have a workshop tomorrow, people. I don't have time to be uncoordinated tonight. Okay. Let's get that back on. Don't be so rough. All right. Now, because that slid, I've got some glue here. So if you have a tendency to get glue, hi, Lorraine. If you have a tendency to get glue that oozes a little bit, you want to get one of these little rubber erasers, gummy erasers. And you can get them on Amazon or in a craft store, or probably even at Staples. And it's just a gummy eraser and it will pick up adhesive. So very similar to like rubbing your finger on there. This does an even better job just picking up adhesive, and then you can feel that all that adhesive is gone. All right. So then we're going to create our little sentiment piece here. I'm going to put this right in the middle. I'm going to make sure that I only glue this to this panel. If I glue the whole thing, the card won't open here. Okay, so we're just going to put dimensionals on this side of this circle after we decorate it. So we're going to put our little mailbox on here, and a little dog and a little hedgehog. These guys are both mailing their letters, maybe to Santa. What do you think a hedgehog wants for Christmas? Don't know. Okay, so I want to put the dog a little bit lower than the mailbox so it looks like he's sitting in front of the mailbox. And I'm going to just glue him down because I'm going to pop up the whole circle. So I'll just make sure he's straight. And then the little hedgehog. The little smile on him is so cute. I don't know if you can see his little face, but he has a cute little smile. They're just adorable. All right, and then we've got to get a sentiment. So on this one, I was going to use Sending Merry Tidings. Oh, I forgot my ink. So we're going to use some Poppy Parade ink that will match our card base. And we're going to do Sending Merry Tidings. And again, I'm using a piece of Very Vanilla. And I'm sure you're saying, well, that's a really giant piece there, Michelle, for your sentiment for this tiny little area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this because a lot of the sentiments on this, in this set, are long. This is the Jolly Delivery stamp set that goes with the North Pole delivery paper. A lot of the sentiments are long, except for this one here, which was still too big to fit on my circle. What I decided to do was let's stamp the whole thing, and then let's cut it apart. So we've got Sending Merry Tidings. Okay, so now I have 3 little words, and I can take my little dimensionals. Let's do Sending we can put Sending on this side. And then we can put Merry Tidings. So this way you can get a stamp or a grading to go wherever you want it. If you cut the words apart and kind of line it up to go with and around whatever your focal point is. Oop. I'll put this up here. There. And then we will put this on the front of the card with some large dimensionals, just remembering that we don't want dimensionals on this side, just on this side here. Okay, I'll just get that to go straight. There we go. All right, so that's our gift card. I mean, our card for our gift card. Let's get our gift card here. So when they open this, they will find their gift card in the pocket there. So there you go. And of course, you can make this even fancier if you wanted to put a bow. You can get some bling. These are the embellishments that coordinate with this paper. They're called Dear Dots. They've got garden green, petal pink, pool party, and poppy parade. So let's put, maybe we should put some green ones on this for some contrast. Get some little green dots here. Oh, I stuck it down to the paper. Maybe two little ones. I mean, two big ones and a little one. There we go. Okay, so that's our card. Put that aside. And now we're going to make our little envelope. All right, so for our envelope, we are going to need a piece of paper that is 4 5/8 wide by 6 inches. So if you've got a directional piece of paper, make sure you're cutting it so that the pattern is going up and down. This is 4 5/8 wide. Okay, we're going to score down each side of this. We're going to put the 4 5/8 inch side to the top of your trimmer, and you're going to score down 1/2 inch on both sides. So we're going to go 1/2 inch here. Well, something's sticky. It doesn't want to make my paper go. Okay. And get your trimmer out of your trimming blade out of the way. You're just going to score 1/2 inch, and then I'm just going to flip it around and score 1/2 inch. Can I see that? Yes. Okay, and then we're going to flip it so the long side is up at the top, and we're going to score at 2 1/4. And then I was going to say that we're going to go at 4 1/2, but really you're going to go 4 1/2 and one more little line right after the 4 1/2. So it's really 4 9/16. Just need a little bit of leeway so that it will fold properly. Okay, then you're going to burnish all your folds. On both sides. And then you want to fold at all these score lines going the opposite direction. Okay, so now you're going to have what looks like this. You've got 2 little flaps on the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut off, let me get my pen. We're going to cut off this little flap, this little flap, this little flap, and this little flap. Okay. So we're going to go up here, cut that off. And then we also want to miter that side just a little bit. Take a little triangle off the edge. And then do that to this other side. And again, just get a little bit of just a little miter on that side. Hi, Maria. Okay, and then same thing here. We're going to take off this little tab. And then we're going to miter that side. And then we're going to take off this little tab. And we're going to miter that side. Okay, so you should have now something that looks like this. So you're going to fold in your little tabs. You're going to fold up the bottom. Nope. Did I do it backwards? Sorry. Fold in. Is it upside down? No, I've got it. I just thought it was upside down for a second. Fold in your tabs, fold up the bottom, and then your top will go over like this. So it makes a little envelope. Okay. So what I did to make it just look a little bit cuter is I rounded the edges. So I've got my my corner rounder. I'm going to round that edge and then round the opposite edge. Just gives it a little bit more interest there. Okay, or you could miter them so that you've got like a little envelope looking flap there. And then I'm going to make a little hole for my ribbon. So let's use this one today. So this little punch, I got these 3 little punches. Where's my third one? One second. Oh, I don't know if I can reach it without ruining everything here. There we go. All right, so here are the 3 punches. These are called the, what are these called? The hole punch assortment. And I have been waiting for these to come back in stock for a long time, it seems. So there's an 1/8 of an inch circle punch. Then there's this little slot. And then this last one has a little tiny tag slot there. Okay, so the one that I'm using today, let me get this camera back in, is this straight little slot. So I'm going to just try to put that in the middle and make a little slit right there. Okay, then we're going to glue it. So we're just going to put some glue on our little tabs. And we will put the bottom up. Make sure it's lining up properly on the sides. And you've got your little envelope for your gift card. So where did my other one go? I lost him. Oh, here he is. Okay, so then we can take our little gift card and put that right in here. And we can put a ribbon. Did I bring ribbon? No. One second. Oh, I thought I had some Poppy Parade ribbon, but I don't. All right, we're going to use this one. So we're going to just go up and around, and I want to leave myself enough for a bow. Hopefully that's enough for a bow. I think so. A little one. There we go. well, it's not very straight, but you get the idea. All right, so we're gonna get a bow there. Okay, so then we just want to make a little gift tag for him. And I wanted to show you, if I can find a piece of paper to stamp on, I wanted to show you this cute little tag idea. All right, so in the Jolly Delivery stamp set, there's this little bear. We're going to stamp. I've covered up my ink. Here we go. So I'm going to just do him in black. This is just Memento Black. Okay. And then I had my Poppy Parade out here somewhere. Put it back. All right. And then what I was going to do was stamp on the front of him, from me to you. And I'm going to color his little presents. Now I would have used the one that is a punch out in the paper, but he is colored black in the paper. So that wouldn't work. I just wanted him to be vanilla or no color. And then we're just going to color his little presents. I've got Poppy Parade and some Pool Party. So it will match the paper. Don't even have to color the bows. And some Petal Pink for the last present. And then a little bit of black for his nose. You could do his little tail and his ears. And then I'm going to just fussy cut him out real quick. All right, and he is going to be my tag for this gift card holder. So I'm going to just do him real quick. Normally I would go all the way around, get all the little details cut out here. And yes, I believe there's a die for him, but wasn't ready for that tonight. I just thought of this at the last minute. I was like, I need a gift tag for that. And I thought he would make a perfect little gift tag. So we're going to just cut him out. All right, you know that's going to bother me, so we're going to have to cut these parts out too. I can't do it. I can't leave it like that. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Oh, I almost cut his foot off. Okay, good enough. All right, so then I thought he would be so cute on here. So we can put him on the other side like that. Isn't that cute? If I may say so myself. All right, we're going to just put him on with some dimensionals. Just like that. Look at how cute. So there's your little gift card holder and your little card. And then I'm going to show you one more that I did. So here's the one with the on-the-go paper. It's a little tag. And then I made one last set, this little cheers with my cheers and sips. Good Lord, I can't remember the name of anything tonight. All right, so cheers and sips. This one, it's your day, cheers. You can put your gift card in there. And then I made this one with the new mossy meadow and gold ribbon. So pretty with that. And then I just did a circle on the front there, to and from, and just decorated that with some of the little tiny bottles and a glass that I fussy cut from the paper. So there you go. So you've got 3 little sets. Hopefully you can use, the season for giving is coming up. So hopefully you can use these ideas and maybe make some gift card holders for people that you're giving gifts to. Okay, so that's it. So let me figure out now how to get out of here again. There we go. There we go. Every time I go into this program, it's changed a little bit. They moved the buttons around. Hi, Julie. I missed you coming in. Okay, so that's it for me tonight. If you want the PDF tutorial for this project, go to my website, which is thismustbeink.com, and sign up for my email, because every Wednesday following my Friday Stamp and Sip, the next Wednesday I will send out the tutorial and the pictures for this project. So you will have it, okay? All right, if there's any questions, certainly just message me. I'm happy to answer any questions. But that's it for me tonight, guys. Everybody have a great weekend. I do have a workshop tomorrow, so those of you that are coming in, I will see you all tomorrow. We're gonna, what are we making? Oh, we're sunflower. We're doing sunflower stuff tomorrow. All right, so that's it. Have a great weekend, everybody, and stay crafty, my friends. We'll see you next week.